Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 6, Episode 20, The Last Laugh. Now let's get into it because I see somebody supposedly might have the last laugh and we gonna see who it is. So it starts off with Danny, Preston wanted to talk to Danny as she got in from hanging out with the girls, and Danny wasn't trying to hear none of that. She was just trying to take a shower and go to bed. Because at this point, I could see, like, Preston is really fed up with how Danny's ways are and stuff like that. So, she takes a shower, go to bed, and whatever. So, Zach and Fatima, they finally head to Heather's house. Come to find out, she supposedly cut her hand on a broken glass. Some paramedics was there wrapping her arm up. And they just wanted to talk to her. Basically, Heather was loud and belligerent, talking about, yeah, she hit your mama and stuff like that, to yelling at the room to Michael. Next, the same cops that walked up in the house were the same ones that Heather had called when supposedly Zach kidnapped her son, which is his son too, but still. And they was like, nah, you need to leave. Because at that same time, Cheryl from next door, she was standing at the doorway. It was probably her behind that call because, she said, yeah, that'd be right there. Normally when disputes happen like that, I thought I could be wrong, but still, like, cops, like, they try to diffuse the situation and let things get handled, but that ain't happen. So both Cheryl, Zach, and Fatima, they went downstairs and was talking, and Cheryl was like, let that B call me a B one more time, and I'm a puncher for you. I'll pay you. Zach was like, yeah, I will pay to see that. Like, yeah, I even do it for a pack of cigarettes. Zach was like, I started to like the lady more each day. And Fatima was like, let's go. And they had their good night. So it's now the next morning, the next day, finally. Because I swear it's like they've been on this day for like, what, 7, 8 episodes straight. And I'm just like, when we going to get a new day? Like, ain't y'all tired? Like, what y'all did each episode by the hour? Like, what? So it's now the next day. And Preston's up. He done took a shower or whatever. And he ends up waking up Danny, talking about he want to talk about, how she been acting. I mean, her ways really have been, like, off the charts. And I'd be looking like, girl, you really playing with this man in your face. But you want to commit to him, but you committing to other people outside of y'all too. So I kind of can see where Preston's coming from. So it's like, And then at the same time, it's like, Danny, you're kind of like dismissive of his feelings. Yes, he's in love with you, but do you really love him like that? Like, why you just can't be honest and open about what you really want? Because it's like you want to have your cake and eat it too. And I can see where Preston is coming from in this. Coming from looking from the outside and you just be like, yeah, you are busy. You are outside spending time with Tony a lot longer than what you used to doing. And stuff like that. Because even before they got into that committed relationship, she would still be, like, accepting of him talking, even though they didn't get on the same page. Like, they would talk, it'd be okay, cordial. But now it was like you staying out longer than necessary. And it's like, okay, it's not adding up. So basically, Preston wants to know, was she having sex with Tony? Every man has that right. But then again, when a girl does it, it's so horrible, but a man can do it and it's just like, okay. But anyways, that's not the point. So basically, Danny was like, I'm not having sex with him or whatever and stuff like that, even though you think that that's not what it is. So at the same point, he was like, I love you, but at the same time, F you. Because all she kept saying was, okay, Preston. Okay, Preston. Basically, he found a reason to fight so he could leave. Because, technically it wasn't a fight, but, since really Danny wasn't being like, she was very dismissive towards how he was feeling and just saying about, okay, Preston. I could see why Preston was like so outraged like that. And he said that, F you. Like, it is what it is. At this point, I'm done because it's like we tried this and it's like, it's not working. So I'm just going to be the bigger person and Deuces. And at the same time, Daniel's just like, okay, Preston, go ahead and do what you do best, leave, and see your backside once again. It's like, it is what it is. So then she decided to, like, lay it back down, whatever. And then eventually she did get ready to go to work. Moving right along. Let's see, who else? Oh, back at Zach and Fatima's house. Fatima gets a phone call after she done got ready for work, looking fabulous in this purple. Come to find out, it's Karen calling her and talking to her. And was like, this contractor just called me because he has some stuff that maybe thinking that maybe Zach will want to have for his son. And she was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll let him know, whatever. She said, okay, cool. You have a great day. That was weird. I'm with you for tea. But she was like, what the, like, what? Like, that, okay. But anyway, let's go about our day. So Karen, she's getting ready for work or whatever. The contractor calls her, telling her that he has like a new, he wants to meet her at the shop because he has something to tell her, and then he also has the clothes or whatever. So that was that. And she was like, okay, I agreed to go. I'm not that far away. So then Andy, she's getting ready for work. She's looking like a bumblebee right now. Black and yellow, black and yellow. She looking like a bumblebee right now. So she gets a phone call, and I guess it's somebody from downstairs telling her, bring her up. Okay. So then she gets another phone call within like a 5 seconds later. Next you know, it happens to be Jordan. And they're talking and say how Penelope, she's okay and whatever. And that she want to talk to Andy. And Andy was like, nah, I don't think that's good right now. But then also Jordan wants to take her. Sorry about that. So yeah, Jordan wanted to tell her about Penelope. She was like, yeah, I'm sorry how things happen between Gary, whatever, with that. Penelope wants to also ask Andy some questions. Andy says she's not up for that right about now. Jordan was like, I would like to take you to lunch. She was like, well, I don't really know about that, but I'll check my calendar so we can see. He was like, all right, cool. I'm about to get ready to go to work. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, have a great day. So next, you know, Karen pulls up, and she just wanted to check on Andy because, you know, Andy, she was just like, she was going through it. I mean, she's probably still going through it. Come to find out, she's still in love with Gary. Like, love will make you do some crazy things. Love will make you stay jaded and blind to the reality of how things are. Like, that's crazy. So you mean to tell me Gary, he was married to Jasmine, but sleeping with Andy and Penelope, all three of them at the same time? Like, that's foul and nasty. That means he don't be using protection. Like, I'm surprised none of them ain't catch an STD yet, because he was out there sleeping around. But anyways, Karen goes, Andy finally writes Karen the check for her shop or whatever. She was like, yeah, thank you for this. And she was like, I'll pay you back. And she was like, yeah, no rush, pay me when you can, it's whatever. So I don't know when she's gonna pay her back, but anyway, because at this time she got her shop and then she about to have this baby. So it's like she ain't gonna have time to pay nothing back at the moment. She's probably like 5-10 years down the line, but whatever. That's the case. So they said their goodbyes or whatever. And then that was that. Fatima, she finally comes downstairs and she sees Zach sitting at the table. He's just got 2 plates out. He made some omelets. They actually looked good. And she sits down, talks on the table, and says, like, listen, you got to eat. He was like, I can't eat right now. I'm just worried about Michael. And she was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. And then she was like, yeah. And all this other stuff. Then somehow or another, they got to the part with Karen. And she was like, luckily, she just called me and she said she got some, she was talking to a contractor and that he got some clothes that you might want for Michael. He was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. And they was like, that was weird, but whatever. We'll just take this one day at a time. Yeah, we're not going to like try to like jump forward and see where things are going, where our head is at. But we just take this one day at a time, and that's just what it is. And supposedly, Fatima was like, we got to go meet with somebody, or they got to meet with the lawyer or whatever. So surprisingly, they still want to try to get custody of Michael to see where things are going, but you know that might not be what's going to happen right then and there. But you know they're still willing to hear the suggestions and see where things are going from there. So that was that. Fatima was like, you got to eat. You can't just be losing sleep and not eating because eventually you're going to get skinny. And I don't like you skinny. He laughed like, yeah, everybody like a little thickness in the world. So that was cool, whatever. Eventually he did decide to eat and whatever. And that was that. Moving right along. Danny, she's now crying over the fact that Preston's leaving her. Girl, you wasn't crying over him when he was out with Tony, like, you was not even thinking to him. He was like far in the back of your mind, like oblivion. Poof, be gone. He wasn't even there in your peripheral view. And you crying because he now broke up with you. Girl, you wasn't worried about that man. You wasn't trying to commit to that man. Had you did that, you wouldn't be in the predicament that you in. I do not feel sorry for you one bit. So whatever, she's starting to get ready for work. And then she gets a knock on the door. And she thought it was Precious, so she started yelling out all these obscene things. Was like, yeah, you come back for more, whatever. And next, you know, it happens to be Sabrina. Sabrina looked all dressed up, was like getting ready to go talk to a meeting with her boss. And yeah, she gave Danny a hug. It's like, it's gonna be okay. Like, forget Preston. Like, it is what it is. You got Tony, you know, he's good or whatever. And then Danny was like, how's Rich? She was like, yeah, he called me a couple of times or whatever. So yeah, that's just embrace this new chapter. That's what you're going into. So they both said they hugs and goodbyes, and they both headed off to work. Moving right along, Karen meet up with Brian in the contract that he tells her about the business plan, how he got another building somewhere, and they got a lawyer, not a lawyer, landlord that, yeah, he be trying to pay people, but he don't want to do what he got to do, duck on his duties, whatever. So she was like, yeah, thanks for the clothes or whatever. And he was like, the price is different, but it's the same as the rent you paying. Like, how do you know I pay rent? But whatever the case may be. So he was gonna show her the new property, and she was like, I'll just drive. He was like, why? I can drive. You don't trust me? I mean, I don't trust you either. I mean, I barely know you, but anyway, she puts the stuff on her car, and then she gets in his car, and supposedly they head on to about their way. So moving right along, what else happened? Oh, Hayden is leaving out with Tamara. She greets him. Well, they hold their hand in hand. They leave. They give each other a kiss goodbye or whatever. But at that same time, Gary pulls up, and it was just like, well, he was like, I gotta talk to you. You need to check this out. And he was like, you're not gonna say hi? And Tamara was like, hi, Gary. And he was like, hey, Tamara. Well, that was cut and dry. Like, what? Eventually, they said their kisses, and she went back into the house. He basically was like, here, look at this. Opened it up, and he was like, you know, this is what happened with Tamara. And Fatima set this up. She's also her cousin. She works for her cousin. And it's like, misery loves company. Like, dang. Gary know his life is going down in a nutshell. And he want to drag somebody down with him. Like, let Hayden be happy. Like, I'm not happy about Hayden. Like, but I'm happy he's not messing with Fatima and Zach. Like, let him be. Like, he's in his own lane. Let him stay in his own lane. Like, you don't want to be by yourself. Like, bro, let him go. Let him live his life that he knows best now how. Like, he ain't bothering nobody he don't need to bother. And that's just what it is. But no, you gotta be Mr. Negative Nancy and bring him down with you. Like, bro, let's jump on the Negative Nancy Gary train. Like, come on, if I can't be happy, you can't be happy. Like, no. So, yeah, I believe this is what happened. This is the whole episode. Yeah, pretty much cut and dry, right? Seemed like a lot long. It seemed like I'm missing something, but then again, at the same time, I don't think so. But if I am, y'all let me know in the comment section down below. So next week's episode, supposedly, Hayden goes to confront Zach and Fatima at the office. Jordan has lunch with Andy. Andy, when she comes back from lunch, Penelope's there, and she was like, I got to talk to you. And more information about Zach and Michael we'll know next week. We'll see. Who knows? Good things, I hope, come for Sabrina, but not for Maurice. We don't know. I'm thinking maybe like they want to take Sabrina and then don't bring Maurice because he's technically the whole reason how that stuff went down. So I can honestly see why they'll make him a liability. He's a liability at this point. So deuces, kick rocks. That's how I'm seeing it falling out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. Hopefully I didn't miss nothing. But if I did, let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.